It's been a good first year for Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. At 42, the Ethiopian leader is the youngest on the African continent. When the ruling Ethiopian People's Revolutionary Democratic Front EPRDF coalition elected him Prime Minister last April, he embarked on a decisive shift away from decades of tight government control.
Yes, I think Prime Minister Abiy's arrival on the African stage is commensurate with the arrival of President Mandela. He is a breath of fresh air, his outlook is amazing, he's tapped into the mood not only of Ethiopians but of people all across the continent.
So far, Abiy Ahmed's achievements include freeing thousands of political prisoners and closing the country's infamous torture chambers in the capital Addis Ababa. Ethiopia had long been known as one of the world's worst jailers of journalists. Within months of taking office, Abiy released them all. He has appointed women to half the cabinet posts. Parliament has also accepted his female nominees for president and head of the Supreme Court. But it's the speed with which he ended a 20-year conflict with neighboring Eritrea and established close ties with its leader, Isaias Afwerki, that has astounded so many. He's also signed peace deals with rebels that have been designated terrorists by the former administration and appears to have persuaded them to disarm. As if that's not enough, he invited Ethiopian dissidents exiled abroad to return home. Berhanu Nega, a leading opposition leader, remained in exile for years and was even sentenced to death in absentia. Now he says he's back to rebuild opposition politics in Ethiopia with the full support of the premier.
He is very committed, and I don't remember in any of our conversations where we had a significant difference. We have discussions very openly. We don't see each other as threats in terms of political power.
It's almost like observing a different country when you look at the pace with which reforms have gone in Ethiopia so far. Very few expected things to go so fast, yet analysts are quick to point out that the Prime Minister still faces some challenges that are threatening the very existence of Ethiopia as a nation. Ethiopia has more than 80 different ethnic groups. The divisions are old and deep-rooted, and they've been flaring up with a new intensity in the past year.
We're having millions of people displaced from their homes and being in different camps throughout the country. And I think that has to be stopped. The sooner the better.
For the moment, Abiy Ahmed seems to have the momentum and no shortage of energy to deal with the challenges that lie ahead. Mohamed Ado, Al Jazeera, Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.